Hi guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel. It's a beautiful day. How are you guys and girls doing? Hope you're doing great. Today is a fun video. We're going to be creating a sample map for our game. So we're going to start off by adding some tiles, some backgrounds, some middle stuff, and I'll try to explain what we're doing. And in the coming videos, we're going to use this sample map just to get started with our player. We want something to glide on, otherwise we won't be able to test our players jumping and all this stuff. But let's just get started. So first of all, I want you to just check that you have pivot and global set up here because we were playing around with this last time. It will help us when we're creating our level and the tiles. You'll see when we get there. And then if you go to your game tab, just make sure you are on full HD as well, just so we are on the same page and all the format and everything is the same for us. So once you have that down, I want you to go to your Sunnyland assets here, and we're just going to be adding a simple, really flat number of tiles here. So I want you to go to environment and tile set and click on the tile, what's it called? Tile sliced PNG. So this is all of your pictures or all of your sprites. Now, palette is something you get afterwards once you slice this, and it's a Unity term, but we'll talk about that once we get there. Right now, all I want you to just focus on is just click on this, click on the little arrow, and then you'll find your sprites here. And once you have that open, go ahead and right click in your hierarchy tab and create an empty object called sample level. Just like that, and this will contain all of our tiles. Now, I'm going to refer to tiles as everything the player can jump on and interact with, while the background is the all the extra fluff, like the background image and the middle sections and all that stuff. So let's just add a few tiles. So you can see here we have three different ones. So the corner on the left side, a middle tile, and a right corner. I'm going to start off by adding this to the game. So once we drag and drop that, it's going to be just a little sprite floating around. You'll see there's nothing but a sprite renderer here. Once we move this around, you'll see it's going to be pretty hard to place this correctly so that we can, have sort of a grid layout just like you do with tiles. Later on, we're going to work with tile maps and all that stuff. But for now, this is just like a hacks fix so we can have some type of ground to jump on. But what I want you to do is once you select this, first of all, you drag and drop it under sample level. So it's part of sample level. And then we'll just put this to 0, 0, 0. And we'll put sample level to 0, 0, 0 as well. Just make sure everything is 0 here in the coordinates. So it's right smack in the middle. Once you have that down, I want you to click on your slice tile here and then click on the click on the move tool, and then you can click on the grid tool here, grid snapping. So once you have that down, we can move this down a little bit. Maybe we'll move it to here and we'll move it a few steps to the left. And then we'll add a few middle sections here. So do that, put it to 0, 0, and then we'll drag that as well. Maybe Control C, Control V, copy that. Control C, Control V once more, and then we'll add a right corner, put it to 0, 0, and let's just drag that to the edge there. So now it looks nice, really clean. And I'm going to select all of these and I'm going to drag and drop them under the sample level. So now they're all relative to the sample level. And you can see there are nice integers here. So there's no weird decimal numbers. So we know that it grid snapped perfectly. Once you have this down, it looks beautiful, but we're not done yet. What we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to add a collider to this so that our player can actually collide. And the way we want to do that, I don't want to add colliders to each one of these. I want to make a nice collider that works for all of these just now. But later on when we're working, we're going to use something with tile maps. We're going to use something called a composite collider. But for now, I'm just going to add a simple rectangle box collider. So I want you to click on the sample level, add component, and now we're going to search for our collider. So just type, you can type or you can go down here, you can go to physics 2D and you can find the box collider, or you can type box collider. And I want to make sure just that you use the 2D one and not the 3D one because we're working in 2D. So select the 2D one. And it'll just be a little rectangle here or a square. Now we want to set that so that it like goes all around. What do you call that? Encompasses all of the tiles here. So to do that, what I want you to do is you can't really move this, right? This is the whole sample level object. I want you to click on this little edit collider button or the button right here. So it's the same button basically. Once you do that, these four little dots will show up so that you can drag and drop. Now you'll see it's not really working properly since it is not grid snapping. So I want you to hold down left control, and just drag like that and put it all around the tiles. So now we have a collider around our tiles here. And you can barely see that, but if you zoom in, you'll see it nicely. Great. So now you have worked, that's your first component you added to an object. So let's just look at this quickly, how this works. So we have an empty game object, doesn't do much, just has a transform. This is a container, like a folder for us for all of our level stuff. And the sample level right now only contains these tiles, and they're all relative to the position of the sample level, which is at 0, 0. So you'll see it goes -2, and this one is -2, 2, and so on and so on. So you can play around with that. There are a few components I want to talk about. So let's start with the collider here. There's nothing special to say. We'll work with the trigger stuff. We'll work with the offsets and everything. Offset is actually something you just did. You moved it from its originating position down to where it is right now. So that's the actual offset of it. And then the size of it. Then you have some info and things here you don't really have to think about. And then you worked with the edit collider button as well. So these things is quite simple. The next one is the Sprite Renderer. This actually allows us to render something, tells Unity to render this image to the screen. And the most important thing right now for us to look at is just that it contains an image, the sprite itself. It has a color, which is white. So that means it's just the original color of the image. And then we have the sorting layer, which we'll talk about as well. Now, these allow us to control in what order the sprites are drawn. This is really important since, remember, you're going to have a lot of different backgrounds and different layers to it. And the sorting layers help us to order that the way we want to. We want the background all the way back. We want some middle sections between the tiles and the background, and then the tiles themselves and the players and the foreground. So all that we're going to do with sorting layers. But right now we're going to do it kind of simply. We're not going to add sorting layers. We're going to just go ahead and use one layer, which is the default one. So for us, everything will be in the default layer. Later on, you can add things to different sorting layers to have orders within them as well. So everything will make sense. Just believe in me, believe in the process. Everything will make sense soon. All right, so let's get to the next step, which is adding the background. Let's get to the background now. First of all, let's order the sample level up a little bit more. So let's create another quote unquote folder, and I'll call it tiles, and it's at 0, 0, 0. And I'm going to just place all the tiles within that. And let's create another empty one called middle, and let's create another empty one called background. So now we have a few different layers, if we want to call them that. So we'll have some middle objects and a background. Let's go back to the Sunnyland environment folder, and you'll see we have a middle and a back. So the background is beautiful. It's just a nice little thing. Let's put it at 0, 0 position, and let's scale it. So now we haven't scaled anything yet, but let's scale it to, let's click on the constrained proportions and let's scale it to 5. So it will scale every coordinate here, every axis the same amount. So we just type 5 anywhere and it will do 5 for everyone. Now it looks good, and you'll see that the whole camera is covered by the background, which is nice. So if we look at our game view, we have a background covering the entire screen. Let's go back here and let's click on our sample level. Now we'll see that the back showed up outside. So let's just put that within background. Let's click on the middle one and let's add a few middle objects here. You can just drag and drop them into the folder as well. I'm just going to drag and drop one, and I'm going to copy paste that a number of times, 5 times maybe. And I'm going to place these like this and like that. And I think there's one more. Okay. I'm going to select all of these and I'm going to go to here and I'm going to click constrained again, and I'm going to scale them to, sorry, now I have to move them a little more. Let's move them out completely. And I'm holding left control while doing this, so it's kind of snapping for me. Okay, we almost got it. Let's add a few more. Just add 2 more for good measure. So you just add 1 more here just so it covers everything. Then we add 1 more. I think it was here. So let's add the last one. There you go. So now we covered everything. It looks pretty good. So I actually created 1 extra. Let me move this one out since I had 1 more. Something like that. Cool. So now we have a few middle objects, and you'll see that it covers our tiles, and that's because of the sorting layers. Now everything is in the same layer default. You can think of it as a big box. So everything is in the same big box, and we're telling Unity that it doesn't really matter how you render these, in what order. So just go ahead and do what you want. But that leads to this issue where we just have everything, like these 2 things are how they're supposed to be, but that's just pure luck. So the tiles should be up in front. But let's start with the background. So we have 3 things that we want to order. We have tiles, middle, and background. And that gives us a clue of what we can do. So we can go to background and we can say, okay, what is all the way ahead should be at 0. So background obviously should be at -2. All the middle stuff then should be at -1 above, in front of the background. And the tiles themselves should be ahead, all the way ahead. So that's at 0. That's what we want to do. And that looks great to me. So let's just move down the middle stuff a little bit. Let's move it down to maybe here so we can see the ocean. Let's look at our game view. It looks pretty nice. We have everything we want really set up here, not looking bad at all. And now we have a demo scene, a demo level that we can use, and our collider is still there, working perfectly. Nice. Now, all I want you to do now is to save the scene, because if you don't save it, you'll end up losing it. So it's always good to save your scene. Constantly save it, make backups, do all that stuff. Just make sure it looks like this and that you've saved it and you're good to go. Now, in the next video, we'll do the player and we'll start off with some basic movement and things like that. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.